Hey y'all, welcome to the channel, Chillinwithlanda. I want to say happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there from all across the world. Everybody who watch me, I know it's hard sometimes, but you are doing a wonderful job. You're doing a great job. I hope you have a wonderful day and happy Mother's Day. And before I get into my story time stuff, a couple of young ladies kept talking about my brother. I posted his picture one time, and yes, a couple of you guys has asked about my brother, and I want to say that he is an artist. He draws very well. He paints very well. He's very creative. And I want to share the TikTok with y'all so y'all can go ahead and follow my brother. Show him some love on TikTok. And his TikTok is at the artist black boy. At the artist black boy. I will also post it in the description down below. Tell him his sister son, y'all, like say Londa sent you or mommy, he gonna know who he talking about. Go ahead and show my brother some love. Follow his TikTok and all that good stuff. And yeah. And also to my mother, I know she watches my channel sometimes. She watches my story times because she called me about it and talk about it. And she be like, girl, I know. Yes, I've been through some crazy stuff, but Mama, I want to say happy Mother's Day to you. I want to say that I love you. Me and my brothers, we love you very much. My mama didn't have the easiest life, y'all, but my mom is a wonderful queen. My mama is the jack of all trades. When I say my mama can cook, she also draws like my brother. She can sew clothes. She's a gardener. Like, she has so many plants, y'all. And if you don't know it, mom, if you're watching it, and I tell her all the time this, you are a queen. It took for me to become a young lady to understand that you are just a girl. You're a girl just like the rest of us. And my brothers and I, we love you very much. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because although my childhood was a little shaky and I stayed here and stayed there, a little bit of everywhere, I still want to thank you, mom, because you didn't kill me or my brothers. You didn't kill us. I watch a lot of stuff, a lot of crime shows, y'all. A lot of crime shows where parents just can't take the pressure, can't take the fact of being a mother, parenthood, and they kill their kids. They strangle them. They stab them. They do all burn them, drown them, all kind of stuff. Leave them on the side of the highway. But I want to thank you, Mom, for not killing me, because life was tough, and we made it. Like, I grew up to be a young lady that I am today, and I just want to say thank you. I don't really want to go too far into it, but I love you, Mom. And again, y'all, happy Mother's Day. And yeah, if you're new to my channel, I am Londa. I tell good story times. If you're not a part of the channel, don't just be a watcher. Subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave your comment down below. Follow me, all of that good stuff. Just, I appreciate y'all support and everything that's happening, with my channel. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into the story time, y'all. All right, y'all. So I have a cousin named Mandy. Not her real name, but we're going to call her Mandy, right? She's older than I am. Not much older, but she's older, like, in my group. And this cousin, she's like the party queen. She's the family member that have the kickbacks. We call them get-togethers. We don't call them kickbacks where I'm from. We call them she's the get-together house. When you want to have a good barbecue or just have family come over and just chill, Mandy is that cousin. So we was close. We would text here and there, call each other here and there on Facebook. We would say comment on each other pictures or whatnot when we did do that. She was just one of those cousins that would keep in touch with me, so one day she hit me up and she was like, cuz, I'm having a get together at the house. You want to come? Yes, ma'am, I do. What day, what time, girl? I'm there. That day has come to where the get together is, happening. So she called me and she was like, cuz, you ready? I had a car this time, but since I'm going to be to her house, probably even spend the night, you know what I'm saying? Come pick me up. I'm ready. So Mandy come pick me up and we had to stop. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just our family or what, but child, she had to stop by the store. We passed by Publix, Walmart, Walgreens, Winn-Dixie, all of these little affordable stores, but she want to go to the beach and go to Kroger's, y'all. She fancy. She want to go to Kroger's. So we find Kroger's on the beach. They have this packed parking lot. We driving up to the roof because there's no parking. We finally find parking. Me and Mandy gets out. We get some stuff that she needed, for the barbecue, little ingredients, some seasoning, some forks, little ins and outs. So we shopping in there for about 30-45 minutes. We get the stuff, and now we go back to her car. Now, while we at the car inside of the garage, You know, she's putting stuff in the trunk and I'm putting stuff in the back seat. But I'm also aware of my surroundings. Not too far, you know how cars can park in front of you, and it's not directly in front of us, but some cars to the side. I seen this couple inside of the car. It was a man and a woman, and they looked like they was like mixed, you know. I just noticed it. I noticed it because they kept staring at us while we was putting the groceries in the car. I didn't, you know, think much of it. People sit in their car in the garage all the time. They could have been waiting for somebody inside of the grocery store to come out. But they were just staring at us pretty hard, and I noticed that. I didn't mention it to Mandy, but I just kept that, you know, I'm like, okay, somebody's just staring at us. So we eventually get in the car and we pull off. Now, this is a big garage, like I told y'all, and it's like a spiral. You know, you got to drive all the way. We parked on the top of the roof, so we got to drive all the way down to the ground to get out. So we're like on the like fourth level of the garage, and behind the car, not directly behind us, behind that car, I seen that Nissan Altima. It's always an Altima. This Nissan Altima, black, paint faded, the tents is bubbling up, the bumper was falling off, just raggedy Altima that I seen this couple sitting in. They was like behind a car that was behind us. So, you know, I'm like, again, I'm still thinking like, okay, it's weird, but you know, they just pulled off. Maybe they person came and they just behind us. So now we reach to the level floor, and we're like, you know, you got to pay, put your ticket in to pay or whatever to let the little stick go up. So we do that. We pay. We out. Now we're at the light. The car behind us, I'm still looking in my rearview mirror, y'all. The car behind us, they went the opposite way. They turned left and they went the opposite way. Now that Nissan Altima, the beat down one, the gate came up and they parked right behind us at the light. I'm still looking in my rearview mirror because, you know, I'm just paying attention to my surroundings. Mandy is talking about stuff that's going on at the house. Talking about that she forgot some stuff. We went in there and she forgot what she really came for. You know how that is. She's talking about just talking about stuff. And the whole time I'm listening to Mandy, but I'm also keeping an eye on this Nissan Altima. You know what I'm saying? So we're driving, you know, we're just driving. The expressway is like some blocks away. So we're halfway to the expressway. I still see this Nissan Altima behind us. And again, I'm very observant, but I'm not saying nothing to Mandy because this is Miami. Miami is crowded. Everybody and their mama got a Nissan Altima. And not only that, they could have been going the same direction to the highway to 95 like everybody else, like us. I just noticed that this Nissan Altima was just behind us a lot because they were staring at us in the garage. So now we're approaching 95. Y'all, we're about to get on the highway. And this Nissan Altima is still behind us. I'm still not saying anything to Mandy because, okay, they just needed to get on 95. So we're driving. They eventually get from behind us and they go to another lane. So I'm like, okay, phew, we're not trying to get kidnapped. They don't want these buns. You know what I'm saying? So now we're driving. We're a few ways from the exit. Not too far from the exit. So I can still see this Nissan Altima will not pass us up though. Like, you know how, okay, they got from behind us, but they won't speed up and go about their business. They was just still, like, pacing themselves to keep behind us. So now our exit is coming up, and now we're getting off, and every exit has a light. So we're at this light. Y'all, look in the rearview mirror again. Tell me why this Nissan Altima is behind us again. So now I start to tap Mandy. I'm like, Mandy, you remember this Altima from Kroger? Like, they behind us again. So Mandy was just like, maybe they stay in the area, which is true. Like I said, Miami is crowded. It could have just been a coincidence that this person went to the Krogers and they stay in the same area that Mandy stays in. So I'm like, okay, calm down. They don't want these buns. You know what I'm saying? So she's still driving, and, you know, now we're into the residential area. It's no way that this Nissan Altima should be in this residence. It's too much of a coincidence. So she make a right or whatever. We driving down the street. I don't see the Nissan Altima. They must be turned a different way. So now we're busting left, right, go straight, you know, heading to Mandy's house. I don't see the Nissan Altima. So we're maybe a couple blocks from her house, 5-6 blocks from her house. I see this Nissan Altima at the light. Well, not the light, the stop sign in the residential area where Mandy stay at. And I knew it was the same Nissan Altima because what I said, faded paint, the bumper was falling off, the tents was bubbling. That's all Altimas in Miami, ain't it? But I knew it. I seen the couple in the car. I knew it. So I tell Mandy, I say, Mandy, ain't that the Nissan Alti that's been following us from Kroger's? She's like, no, girl, no, that ain't the same. Okay, I'm okay. They don't want these buns. So I just let it go because I was getting scared, y'all. So I just know that that was the same Nissan Altima. It just couldn't have been a coincidence that this same Nissan Altima stay in the same neighborhood you stay in. So Mandy has a big house, y'all. She has a really big house. She did very well for herself. She was like a big ranking in a correctional facility. My cousin did her thing. So she had a nice house. And her house was like a 2-story. She had a pool in the backyard. And you know, it's kind of deep in this residential area. So when we pull on the block that Mandy stay in, y'all, this Nissan Altima was behind us. Mandy made a left into her parking lot, and that Nissan Altima, it kept going. Like, it just kept going. I didn't say anything else to Mandy because she was like, she brushed it off. She said, maybe, girl, they stay in my neighborhood. I was like, no, I'm from the hood, girl. And when people follow you that long from the beach, we came from the beach. We was in the Caucasian area, the expensive area on the beach, all the way to your, no. So we park in the house. I kept that little Nissan Altima in my head because was we being followed? You know what I'm saying? Like, were we being followed? Now, we putting stuff in the house, you know. It's a lot of family there. I was surprised. The little get-together turned out a success, honey. I had aunties there, cousins there that I ain't seen in a long time. You know, they was just in the front of the house lingering. So if it was a couple of people in the front of the house, I knew the back of the house was bumping. So I was like, hell yeah, my family here. It's going to be a good day, you know. So me and Mandy putting stuff in the house. And, you know, the thought of that Nissan Altima following us, it kind of faded out of my brain because, y'all, Mandy, like I said, Mandy, like, she was a high rank. I don't know the exact position she was in this correctional facility, but she was like a high rank, a high level position in this facility. She did very well for herself. Ever since I can remember, she was a police officer at one point. I guess she got tired of that. She started working in police department at one point. I guess she got tired of that. Either she was getting tired or she was getting promoted. Now she's at this jailhouse, y'all. So Mandy did very well for herself. I didn't associate stalking with Mandy or somebody trying to harm Mandy. She didn't have much drama in her life. Mandy was a young lady doing her thing in life. She was successful. I never really heard of Mandy getting in much trouble, y'all. So I didn't associate that Ultima. You know, once it passed by, I didn't think it was for her. I didn't think nobody was stalking us. So that's kind of why I didn't mention it again to Mandy. Like, hey, I think that car was following us. You know what I'm saying? She had a very good life. Once we make it in the house, you know, I go say hi to all my aunties, my cousins and stuff like that. And I get me a soda and I go to the back. The back is where the pool was. Now, I didn't have on no full bathing suit, but I had on some shorts and I had on like a crop top-ish shirt, y'all, with my sandals. So, yeah, I put my stuff down and I'm going to the back where my family at and I'm going to chill by the pool. Now, like I told y'all, it was a lot of aunties, a lot of cousins there. And I just noticed it was a lot of girls around my age, but they were in a group, like huddled in a group. My cousin had like these tables and chairs by the pool with the canopy up, you know what I'm saying? So this group of girls was like in a cut. They was huddled up. It was like maybe 6 to 9 of them in a cut. I just noticed them because they was just not associating with like the rest of the family. They was like off, you know, to the side. Just this my group and I'm sticking with them type of girls, like, you know. So I don't know these girls, so I didn't really go over there. I looked at them. They didn't really make eye contact with me. If they didn't make eye contact with me, I wasn't going to say, hi, hey, who. If they didn't say nothing to me, I wasn't going to say nothing to them. So I got my soda in my hand and I'm, you know, I have a few cousins. We got our feet in the water just sitting by the pool. I'm out there talking to cuz. We you know, catching up or whatever. And then Mandy come back outside. So she come and she take her shoes off and she sit next to me by the pool and put her feet in the water. So now we're talking. You know, I didn't mention that car again and nothing like that. I was a little concerned, but not really. And we're just talking. She's telling me stories about the jailhouse and she was almost assaulted the week prior and she caught this man doing, like, she was telling me all kind of crazy stories about the jailhouse, y'all. And we're talking, y'all. While we're talking, the conversation come up about Now, Mandy always was dating this guy named Trent. Trent been in her life since I was like a young teenager. Trent was this guy like the whole family knew about. I like it was just Trent. I never really seen her with nobody else in life, and she was telling me about him. I guess they had, they going through some problems or whatever. In her head, they were still together, but from the story she was telling me, it sounded like Trent didn't want to be with Cuz no more. But I'm just here to be a listening ear. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to listen to you. We listen and we what? We don't judge. So we're talking about Trent, and they going through a rough patch right now. He's cheating on her, she believes, because she catches when she is around Trent. She goes through his phone and she finds what she's looking for. She goes in the bathroom and she slides down the wall and she cries. She said. She said that Trent told her a few times that he's on a date. Why do you keep calling my phone? And I'm listening. We listen and we what? So I'm listening. But she's adamant that her and Trent is gonna get back on good terms, and this is gonna work out. But pretty much, y'all, I'm trying to be funny, but pretty much my cousin was in love with Trent, and they were going through a rough patch, and he was cheating on her. She said that she would get calls from this other girl. This girl, I guess the girl that he's cheating with, like he'd be with her all the time. And my cousin Mandy is just so depressed, y'all. She's upset with it. She don't want to deal with it no more. Now she's telling me all this while we swinging our toes in the pool. So I'm all ears. I'm getting the tea. I got my soda in my hand. I'm chilling, taking in all this tea. So she's like, her and the girl that he's cheating with, the girl be calling her, just bothering her, y'all. She just. So Mandy pulls out her phone and she goes to Facebook and she shows me this girl, y'all. So she's like, oh yeah, he cheating on me with this girl. She don't even look all that. Like I look better than her. Like she don't even got this and got that. I have this and I have that. Like she's like stomping on the girl, y'all. She's showing me pictures. She's swiping, showing me pictures, and she's like, ooh, look at her this, look at her that. Mandy, my cousin, is like trying to shat on this girl. And y'all, I'm not gonna cap. I'm not gonna lie. The girl was very pretty. She was pretty, y'all. She was pretty, and I just could not say that to my cousin, because that's my cousin, and I got your back. And my cousin was saying the girl was ugly, but the girl wasn't ugly. She was kind of cute. I wasn't gonna tell my cousin that, because that's like, then I'm gonna get slapped in the face. You know what I'm saying? Like, you my cousin. You supposed to be on my side. So I wasn't really saying much. She was showing me the picture. I was just like, yeah. Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. I see what you mean. So we sitting up for a minute, y'all. We sitting up for a minute. I'm looking at the girl pictures. My cousin just going on and on about Trent cheating with this girl, and this girl ugly, and I'm tired of this, and I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of this. No, you're not. Anyway, we sit there for a little minute. My toes is starting to get wrinkled. I need to get up, and I'm finna go fix me a plate or something, because I just heard my uncle say the fish was fresh out that grease. I'm finna get out of this pool, and it's time for me to go make me a plate. So my toes wrinkled. I'm like, okay, cuz I'm finna go ahead and go in the house and make me a plate. Now, when I got out the water, the group of girls that was in the corner, they was all staring at me. They was staring at me. And I don't know these girls from a can of paint. Never seen them in my life. Don't know not one of them. But they was looking at me. And I'm a very observant girl. So they looking at me and I'm looking at them while I'm walking away. Because why are y'all staring at me? Like, y'all ain't never see Say You Like a Day in Y'all Life before? We move. I make my way in the kitchen, y'all. And I opened me up another soda, because now I found the Hennessy. I spot the Hennessy. The Hennessy spotted me. And yeah, it was like love at first sight. So I go ahead and find me another soda so I can mix my drink. And I got my back turned because I'm digging in the refrigerator, And one of the girls from the group, she's walking inside of the kitchen. And we're going to call her Diamond, right? So Diamond walks in the kitchen while I'm digging in the refrigerator. So I turn around and I'm not rude. Although they didn't speak and they was like quiet and off-puttish to my family, I still spoke. I'm like, hey, how you doing? She was like, hey, how you doing? And, I continue to pour my Hennessy. So I'm sitting there and I take my first sip, and I guess she wanted to talk. So she was like, hey, what's your name? Like, you pretty. I'm like, thank you. You pretty too. She was like, I'm Diamond. I'm like, oh, okay. I never seen you before, but do you know my cousin? I asked her. She was like, yeah, I'm your cousin, like sort of best friend. Like I'm her friend. Like, I'm cool. I don't know why she said best friend. We never seen you before, but she said I'm your cousin friend. So I'm like, okay, cool. So she was just asking me questions, like, she asked me who I was. I told her I was her cousin, and she was just like asking me where did me and Mandy go earlier, and I was like, yeah, girl, when she picked me up from my house, we went to the beach to go to Kroger's because we picked up some stuff that we need, like some seasonings and stuff like that. So she was just like, okay, cool. So me and the girl Diamond, we still in the kitchen, we just talking. And she came off a little cool, y'all. She came off just a little cool. I noticed none of the other girls that she was sitting with at that table, none of them really came out and...
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. Oh, that's so cute. Now look at that. That's nice. Thank you, babe. Y'all, he trying to make me a mama in these streets. You hear me? Energy. So, back to the story. Just threw me all the way off. We gonna hunch later. Anyway, so yeah, none of the other girls was associating. So, they didn't come in and they wasn't talking to me and Mandy. So, again, I'm just gonna talk to Mandy or whatever because she seemed okay. She seemed straight or whatever. So I hear my uncle in the back. My uncle, he always got that loud drunk uncle. He was like, spades, spades. Y'all don't know, it's time for a good spade game. When it's time for a good spade game, I'm sorry, Diamond. It was nice talking to you, girl. But I'm finna go hit this table to play me some spades. You feel me? It's time for a good spade game. So I tell Mandy, not Mandy, I tell Diamond, girl, I'm finna go back to the back where the pool at, because I'm finna go play some spades. Go back to the back. Uncle and them putting the table together. They pulling chairs up to the table. We start picking teams. I want to be on the team with my brother. I want to be on the team with my brother. So while we sitting at the table, my uncle was like shuffling the cards. I can hear Mandy, like, she's not too far from me. She's not standing too far. So she's like, oh, we ran out of pens. I need some more pens from the store. I was thinking in my head, like, dang, girl, we just went to the store. Why you didn't get enough pens? But she need more pens. So I just sit there because she didn't ask me to go. And she's a big girl, so she's like, I'm finna go to the store. I'll be back. I'm going to the store down the street. I'll be back to get some pens. Like she's telling everybody. And I just continue to grab my cards. I'm grabbing my cards as my uncle shuffling them, just, okay, I got an ace. Ooh, that good old king. Okay, I'm just shuffling my cards, But as Mandy is like getting ready to like put on her shoes to walk out the door, I can see the girls that was in the cut. They was like staring at Mandy and Diamond too. Like they was staring at her. And y'all, I just pay attention to everything when remember what I said in my other video, yourself love you when your instincts tell you something. Listen, so the girls was cool. They wasn't bothering nobody. They wasn't loud or nothing like that. They was sitting at the table cooling, but why y'all keep staring? And y'all just staring specifically at Mandy and me. Like y'all just keep looking at us. And mind y'all, I told y'all it was so many of my uncles there, my cousins, and my uncles and cousins fine. My brother's fine. Like it's a group of girls and y'all not even talking to my cousins. Y'all not even looking at them. Like that's why I found it kind of weird. Like why do you keep looking at Mandy? So while the girls was like talking amongst themselves, staring at Mandy, I just was like, hell no. I got up, I gave my cards to somebody, and I was like, Mandy, I'll go with you. She was like, okay, cuz, let's go. Because them girls, I don't know, it was something in my spirit just didn't like them girls. Like, even though Diamond was cool and she was talking to me, I just didn't like the way they kept looking at my cousin, and yeah, I don't know what y'all was planning to do. So I was like, I'll go with you, girls. So yeah, me and Mandy leave, and we go ahead and get the pens. On the way back from the store, Mandy is just still talking about Trent, y'all. She heartbroken. She's talking about I was calling his phone and he won't answer the phone. I just know he with that girl. Probably, Mandy. He's probably with that girl that he's cheating with. Probably, cousin. Oh, yeah, I keep texting him, girl. He keeps sending me one-word responses. I just know he with that girl. I just know he with that girl. Probably, cuz. Probably. Probably. You can look on her Facebook. You know, girls post all the time. And, you know, you can see where she's at. You know, so I'm just, I'm listening and I'm not judging. That's my cousin. We go, women, as girls, we go through this all the time. I'm just letting her vent. I'm just being a listening ear for my cousin. So I'm like in my head, probably cousin. He probably with that trick. Yep, she a chicken head. He probably with that chicken head girl. She's a homewrecker. Yeah, he probably with her. We make it back to the house. Now we got the pans. We put the pans in the kitchen, y'all. And all of the girls, they were like still there. But while me and Mandy was in the kitchen, like putting up the little pans or whatever she brought, Diamond comes in there and Diamond tell her like, yeah, we gonna be back. And Diamond and Mandy was like, yeah, cuz I don't think I introduced y'all. Like, Diamond, this my friend. The friend, this my cousin. And Diamond was like, yeah, we already talked in the kitchen earlier. You know, that's your cousin, whatever. And that was that. So Diamond and her crew, they all leave out the front door, and me and Mandy still in there, and we just continue to enjoy our family. Like this, I'm telling the story, but this is like when I made it to her house, it was like bright and hot. Now the sun is going down. This is hours later, like this 4 hours later, y'all. The food is running low, like we kind of tipsy at this point. It's a good day, you know what I'm saying? But the girls, they leave. So y'all, child, the sun is almost going down, and I have an uncle. He always late, always late. We call him can't get right. He uncle can't get right. All his life he just been drunk, going to jail, beating up people. Child, got Uncle can't get right. You know what I'm saying? So Uncle can't get right. We all playing spades in the back. Uncle get right can't get right come in the house. And he got this young girl, y'all. He's young. He's known for dating younger women. I won't say young girl. Wrong terminology. Young woman. Now, Uncle Can't Get Right is like 62 years old, but this girl was like 28 maybe. That's young compared to 62. You know what I'm saying? Plus, she looked real young. I'm guesstimating her age. She was like 27, 28. So Uncle Can't Get Right come in the back and everybody get quiet because it's gonna be funny. So, you know, me and my cousins, we don't really care like that. But my aunties and stuff, you know, aunties and sisters, they hated it, child. So my auntie, they go, he go, Earl with this girl. And, you know, I'm just laughing. So Uncle Can't Get Right come back there, introduce the girl. Everybody, all the aunties like, The girl's like, hi, how y'all doing? Y'all know how Rumi was on that stage? That's how the girl was doing to everybody, y'all. So she take a seat by my auntie. I don't know why. I don't know why she did that. So me and Mandy, uncle, and we still playing spades, but we can hear them. Auntie is interrogating this girl. Auntie's like, huh. You know you ain't the first he brought around here, right? Just being messy. The girl's like, yeah, you know, we just got together. That's before me. That's fine. Some aunties, my aunties, they're like, so, how y'all met? The girl gonna say on the internet, why? Why you have to like, you just making it look worse than what it is. You already so young. My aunties take it as you're using my uncle for money. And then you say you met him on a dating website. So it's just, you know. So now she's like, yeah, we met on a website. And yeah, some aunties, every time the girl answered, my auntie was like, So my auntie was like, what year you was born? She didn't even want to ask the girl how old you was. She wanted to catch off guard. The girl said 1992. So, you know, this was some time ago. So my auntie was like, okay. And then my other uncle was like, leave that girl alone, Pam, blah, 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 whatever. So that was just funny. I just had to bring it up. My uncle Can't Get Right stayed with these young women, child. He used to love them, and he used to love them ratchet, child. They used to be so ratchet, y'all. They was told he loved a ratchet woman. Uncle Can't Get Right was something else. So, you know, we all hanging out. Everybody's still giggling about Uncle, about this girl. The girl, she is unbothered, child. She's sitting there. She got her drink, child. My aunties over there, they're like, just still staring at the girl. The girl probably came for the food and drink. She didn't give a damn about my aunties, y'all. So, yeah, time is still going on. Me and Mandy chilling. She stopped crying about Trent, y'all. So now the sun has set and we're just in the back, y'all. I have some uncles and cousins. You know how they smoke their stuff, but they'll go to the front of the house. So it was like a few of my aunties and uncles in front of the house that was chilling, and a lot of us was still in the back of the house. So this is where everything happened, y'all. So we're back there, and I can hear my uncle and them was like, it was kind of loud from the front of the house. It wasn't really arguing, but my uncle is really loud. Like we barely hear him raise his voice at all, and we just see him getting loud, and we see Diamond and the girls coming back. They walking, but they walking with speed. They walking with speed to the back where we was, where me and Mandy was sitting at. So they walking with speed. They approach Mandy. Now my family, some of them it caught their attention, but some of them they were still in the pool. Some of them were still doing their thing. So I'm still sitting not too far from Mandy. Diamond approached Mandy and she was like, "So where was you earlier?" And Mandy was like, "What you talking about?" Diamond was like, "Where was you earlier when you left the house?" She was like, "I went to Kroger's." She was like, "No, after that, where did you go?" She was like, "I went to Kroger's." Me and my cousin talking about me. She was like, "We went to Kroger's." Child, tell me why. Diamond was like, "That's my best friend boyfriend, Trent." Talking about Trent. So Mandy was like, "What are you talking about?" She was like, "I know you left here and you met up with Trent. That's my bestie boyfriend. Like, why you talking to him? You is messy. You a snake. That's supposed to be your friend and this, and that." Child, I guess Mandy was Trent, and I don't even know the full 100%, but I guess Trent was messing with the girl he was cheating with, and Diamond was the best friend of the girl he was cheating with, but Diamond was also Mandy's friend. Let me try to explain that again, because I just confused my damn self. Right? So Mandy, my cousin, was friends with Diamond. Now, Huh? So Mandy, my cousin, was friends with Diamond, right? And Trent was Mandy's boyfriend, but Trent was also cheating with this mysterious girl, right? And the mysterious girls was best friends with Diamond and Mandy. So she was like, "Girl, I wasn't with no Trent earlier. I went to the store to get some stuff that I needed." And Diamond was like, "No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. She told me y'all was together," like talking about the girl that Trent was cheating with. She was like, "She told me y'all was together. You snuck off to go be with him. That's my best friend, boyfriend. You a snake. You a hoe. All of this stuff." So now my family, everybody like looking because it's getting kind of loud. And I'm still just sitting there because, she's talking to Mandy. Child, Mandy is just like, "I don't know what you talking about. I went to the store," and Diamond was like, "No, you wasn't. You met up with Trent, and girl, all I seen was boop, boop." And I'm looking before I can even move, y'all. Before I can even do anything, she hit Mandy, boop, boop. And a second later, y'all, I was a feather. Yeah, I was a feather. Yeah, I was a feather. Y'all yanked me the hell up. I had a pony. Y'all know how I love my ponytails. It was pool day, so I was natural. Girl, I was a feather. Yeah. Somebody had done snatch me up out of the chair. I was guilty by association. Just snatch me, girl. I wish I could snatch this wig. Just snatch me out of the chair. I wasn't ready. So that's when the family, I guess they planned to jump Mandy, but at a get together, it wasn't gonna turn out very well, child. So, so she's fighting Mandy. Diamond and Mandy is fighting, like they're fighting by the pool. Boop, 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 boop. Like I told y'all, soon as Diamond hit Mandy, somebody snatched me out of my seat. So I'm on the floor. I can't think straight. What's happening here? I get to my feet, and the girl that pushed me, y'all, I'm not a fighter. I'm not really aggressive, but I cuss your ass out. Yes, sir. And I'm not aggressive unless I have to be. Unless I have to protect myself is really the only time I'm aggressive, and I'm very aggressive. So, once I get to my feet, I get to fighting her a little bit. Now, we wasn't fighting long. It wasn't like no full-out fight, video-worthy kind of fight. Like, it wasn't that long. Me and the girl had a few blows, you know what I'm saying? Before my family, we started jumping. Now, only half of them girls returned. All of the girls who was with Diamond before, only half of them turned. Earlier, it was like 9 of them. Now, it was only like 4 or 5 of them. So, they had balls coming back to my cousin's house and trying to jump Mandy. And I was, what I get yanked for? I didn't do nothing. So we throw a few blows. It was only like a 15-second fight between me and a girl, y'all. I look over to the right. One of them hoes had done pushed my little cousin in the pool. When I say my little cousin, I'm talking about my little cousin like 6, 7 years old. Call it wrong if you want to. I don't know about your family. Call it wrong if you want to. I just remember seeing my uncle stomp her ass out. My uncle had his boot and he just boot. Because why you push the kid in the pool? Like, what if he couldn't swim? Like, you know, they probably pushed my little cousin in the pool trying to get the Mandy or me, whoever. Like, what if my little cousin couldn't swim? Child, my uncle stomped that hoe out. And why did y'all think y'all was gonna come to this girl get together, try to jump her when her whole family here? No. So the fight between me and the girl was like 15 seconds. And I say that I got dragged because I got dragged out of that seat, girl. And I had a blood clot on my eye. Not from a punch. And she must be had some long nails or a hangnail. But the doctor, I had to go to the doctor, said that I had a scratched cornea. So I had like a big blood clot on my eye for like 2 weeks. But yeah. So my uncle stomping the girl out, y'all. We all fight. My aunties had done grabbed the chair. My auntie was like, "Oh hell no, y'all tripping." And I had y'all in my house. Y'all could just imagine the scene. My auntie got a chair swinging on them. I had my little 15 a second before my cousins pulled her off of me. Mandy is over there working that girl. My uncle over there stomping that hoe out who pushed my cousin in the pool, y'all. Why did I get yanked in the first place? I don't know. I guess I was guilty by association. Maybe the girls thought that I was helping Mandy go cheat or be with, because I don't know how she cheating with Trent. That was her boyfriend first. But maybe the girls thought that I was helping Mandy meet up with Trent. Maybe they thought that I was just guilty by association. I was too close, y'all. And as chunky as I am, I was a feather. That girl yanked me the hell out of that seat, girl. She yanked me out of that seat and we got the fighting in that house. So once, I ain't gonna lie, Mandy had her, I guess she used to this because she working in the jail, like I said. Mandy gave that girl a diamond to work a little bit. My aunties was throwing chairs. So all the men that was in front of the house, like I told y'all, that was smoking, they come running in the back. My family don't play. I don't care. Call it wrong if you want to. My cousins, my brothers, no, boop, 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 boop. They start beating them and pulling them out and dragging them hoes to the. I keep using hoes because I'm from Miami. Dragging them hoes to the front of the house. You feel me? So they drug them. They drug them 4-5 girls to the front of the house. My aunties and them. My aunties like, I know you didn't invite them to the house. They some snakes. Girl, what was this about? And Mandy just putting herself together, y'all. I'm helping my cousin put a wig back on, child. It was a crazy night. So long story short, once everything was like put back together, the chairs picked up, the stuff taken out the pool, somebody rescued my little cousin out the pool, all of this stuff happened. My cousin said that, yeah, that Diamond was that girl's best friend, and she never knew that Diamond was that girl's best friend, the girl who Trent keep cheating with. So when I seen that car earlier from Kroger's, that probably was, you know, after we talked about it, that probably was Diamond posse's following us. Probably just following. And they was already at the house for the get together, so why have to follow Mandy in her car? But yeah, there was somebody, one of her little posse crews, following Mandy, I guess to see if she was meeting up with Trent. That's what Mandy had concluded, that somebody was following her to see if she was meeting up with Trent. And yeah, it's crazy that you invited these girls and they was plotting to set you up the whole time. They was finna jump my cousin the whole time. They was just real bold to do it at the get together and think that nobody was gonna do nothing to them. You know what I'm saying? So it was crazy. Like, yeah, she punched Mandy in the face, y'all, and I got drugged, but better believe we got the better of them. I'm not a fighter. I'm not none of that. But when I have to fight, I will guard your fucking eyes out, like I said. So that girl, yeah, they left lump the dump. My uncle put them boots in their bag. My uncles and my cousins was not playing for y'all to have the audacity to come to somebody get together and try that. Like, they had the audacity, and it just wasn't gonna work out. So yeah, them girls set Mandy up, went to her get together to jump her, essentially, thinking she was still messing with Trent. You got to be careful. And Mandy started like walking around with her stuff, and which she already should, because I do in my purse, in my car. I don't play that. People try to jump you, child, your ass gonna have one ass cheek messing with me. But y'all, that's the end of the story time. I got drugged for no reason. I ain't had nothing to do with nothing. Guilty by association. And yeah, I think that's the end of the story time, y'all. If y'all enjoyed my story, if you enjoy me even a little bit, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Like it, comment. I love y'all comments. I love all of that. Oh yeah, last thing I need to address. I'm not really into addressing anything from the comments because I don't really think twice about comments that's offensive to me. I read it and I don't think twice about it. But I just wanted y'all to get some understanding. In my other video, I said ladies are to be seen, not heard. When I said that, y'all, I wasn't talking about like no damn 1920s. Shut up, woman. You don't got no rights, woman. Shut up, woman. Shut up. I wasn't talking about that. I'm talking about loud, ratchet, no sense of self. Just no sense of self women. I don't like that. I don't want to be seen around. I don't carry myself like that. That's what I mean. I'm not talking about no women don't have rights and stuff like that. That's not what I'm talking about, sister. So yeah, don't be offended. I'm with you on that. We here. I love y'all. Until next time. Oh, don't forget to go ahead and check out my brother TikTok, y'all. Say mommy sent y'all or Londa. He'll love it. Peace.